Hello, everyone. This is Deb Joyce Smeak with Delight of My Art, and this is day 2 of our in color craft along. We have all 6 of us are doing the same projects. This is a mega craft along, and we have 2 new projects today designed by Melissa Faust. So let's go ahead and page through. I'm going to follow along on my giant tutorial here. If you don't have this already, you can get this by going to Venmo and Venmo $25 to at Deb-Smeak, or you can go to tutorial.orderwithdeb.com to purchase this, but it's also free with any $50 order in my online store at orderwithdeb.com. That's the Stampin' Up! Store that automatically puts my name in there. Any $50 order from the 1st through the 8th here. So we are crafting with videos the 1st through the 6th here on YouTube, and I'm going to go ahead and turn to the next grouping in my stack here. Again, this is by Melissa, so I will go ahead and follow along on my directions off camera here, and I'll let you know all the dimensions. I can go ahead and put my face away here. Hopefully everybody's tuning in. I see some people popping in. So in your packet, you have whole pieces of cardstock. And so I've packaged them up like this and let you know how many there are of each one. So you have extra cardstock to cut for your packaging. You also have one each of all of the papers in 2 different collections. That's the let's see, it's the Celebratory Sips Designer Series paper and the Floral Impressions Designer Series paper in your packet. If you got a full packet, you'll also have a whole bolt of the gold striped trim. And where did that go? Oh, it's right here. This beautiful ribbon. And then we have 2 different kinds of embellishments that we will be playing with. So all 12 projects will be using the strawberry slush and strawberry slush, pretty in pink gems, and there's also some gold in here, and then also the pressed flower motifs. So that is what we'll be using today. And if you want to get out some inks, this is for the 2 projects today. Hello, Julie. Nice to see you. So the first project is going to use Strawberry Slush and Secret Sea. And then the next project is going to use all 5 of these colors. So we have Secret Sea, which is one of the new in colors, Petunia Pop, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, and Pool Party. So I'll just go ahead and put those in order there. And let me show you, I should take that out of the way for now. I can go ahead and show you our first project here. This is again by Melissa Faust, super cute, using the Cheers and Sips bundle. By the way, if you haven't heard, our Cheers or all of our sweet products, which SUITE, the sweets of products are on sale starting tomorrow. Buy one, get one half off. So I do want to point out that the half off item is always going to be the cheapest thing in your cart that is part of a suite. So if you have things that are differing price, I would try to group those in different orders according to prices. But this is so cute, isn't it? This is by Melissa, and we'll go ahead and put all of these different things together. And I added an inside piece too. Got some glue on my finger. And I'll show you how to do this piece too. So here is what we're doing. So to prepare for this one, I'm going to follow along on my tutorial here. I have half a sheet here of Secret Sea. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half at 4.25. I'm going to go ahead and burnish this fold. Hello, Linda and Patricia. All right, so we have that piece. And then I cut a piece of the designer series paper. This is the same color that's this, but it's got this cool pattern on it. The backside looks like fun fruit, little like a twist, and the garnishes for the drinks. But we're just going to cover that whole front. So that is 5.5 by 4.25. It's the full size of the card. So let's go ahead and add that to the front right away. Welcome everybody watching live. So I'm going to try to do my the cards that are according to the tutorial to show you, and then I'll change it up just slightly in my videos here. So we're just going to probably be using a little bit different drinks, I think, for this one. This is easy to put this together just by tipping it up like that, and it's all covered. So we have the opening on the right side. I'm going to make sure we've got it opening the right way. Have you ever done a card upside down? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure we all have, right? Okay, and then you're going to take a piece of strawberry slush. These are two of our new in colors. Strawberry slush piece is going to be 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then you have a piece of designer series paper. The back side of this one has cute little drinks. These are the tinier drinks. And then this one, it has the strawberry slush dots on it. This piece is going to be 2 inches by 4 inches. So we're just going to glue that right on this piece. Julie's done it backwards. Of course, right? The more cards we do, the more often that might happen. The potential, right? You'd think we'd learn our lesson, but occasionally it just happens again. You're like, what? I've done this for years. What's going on? Maybe it happens if I'm sipping some wine with my card making. All right, so this piece is just going to go just about there. Let's go ahead and add that right now, because why not? It'll get it out of the way and it'll be right where we need it. So I'm going to kind of evenly place it top and bottom, but maybe a little bit less of a border on the left. So there's that piece. I'm going to get out my bag of pre-cut pieces here. And there should be a 2 3/4 inch circle for you. So that's just our punch. We have a punch that's 2 3/4 inches. And so that piece will be going right here-ish. So yeah, we can just go ahead and add that one too, because that doesn't have any stamping on it. Just like that. Just kind of a grounding so the edges of the cups don't disappear in there. We have a piece of Timid Tiger, another one of our new in colors. And I've cut this one to 3/4 by 4. And after we cut it to 4, we're going to just angle cut the end just like that. Nice and easy. And then we can add that to the front. So that one will cover up the circle just a little bit. We're going to overlap over here, and it doesn't quite touch the edge on this side. So that's perfect where we want it. Let's go ahead and add that one too. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's a beautiful day here in mid-Michigan today. We had it, I think, 70 something. And tomorrow's supposed to be 80 something. I think it's yeah, I think it's supposed to be in the high 80s, which is crazy. Okay, so now we have all these pieces. Now we have some stamping and some cutting to do. So let's put this one to the side. We'll put that right with this one. And I have this piece of designer series paper. Isn't this so fun? This one is part of the designer series paper. On the back side, you have these cute little stars. But this piece is meant to go with the stamp set, which I have put right here. And so you have these empty glasses and you can stamp them on here to fill up your glasses with fun different drinks. So we're going to take the tall one and the short one and stamp in Secret Sea, which is this dark blue color. It's a beautiful blue, nice neutral color. And we're going to stamp on 2 of these squares. So I've already cut out a few of those just to have them be ready. And they're going to be a little bit different colors than we did over here. But I do want to point out, if you do some cutting here, you do want to have all of the white space at the top and hardly any white space at the bottom if you cut these out. This one was from the bottom row, so I didn't need to trim it any extra. But when you're cutting this, you want to have as much white space at the top as possible, because let me show you when we go to stamp these. Have my Secret Sea. Julie, you need this bundle. It's going to be on sale tomorrow. Buy one, get one half off. This is perfect. So here's the tall one. And we want to have drink all the way in the bottom, but we want to have a little bit of white space at the top, right? Yeah, the glasses work with this designer series paper. Isn't that cool? So now we're gonna have a drink just like this because we stamped it just like this. Pretty neat, huh? And then this glass will go right here and we can fill that one up with some fun purpley pinky liquid. All right, so there are our two pieces. And I did do the stamping on some um, pretty in pink cardstock. We have this cute little umbrella, and I stamped that in strawberry slush already and put that in my die cutting machine. So we will have that. That's all taped down with some washi tape. I've got a tape down. My washi tape has a little bit of roses on it, so it looks like it's moldy, but it's not. And I also stamped this little twist piece. This probably needs to have like the olives kind of skewered on it. And we do have this extra little line stamp, but I figured that one might be, to make a line in the glass to finish off your liquid. I liked having this little extra blurb at the top to glue the top of the umbrella onto. So it's not just on one little stick, it's kind of on something a little bit more hefty. So I wanted to point out using this little piece instead of this little line. And the die here has some dots so that you can see if it's lined up, if your stamped image is in, straight underneath the die. So I can see the stamped image right underneath those two dots and this one. So it should, as if all goes well, it should cut straight. And then we'll go ahead and put these in as well. And I'll get out my mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, which is so handy when you're dealing with a tinier space like under a video, or when you have all of your stuff just kind of crowding and you have this much space left, you can still do some cutting and everything. So let's go ahead and clear a spot for my mini. Look how cute it is. All right, so here's our mini machine. And we have our plate number 1 and number 2, my well-used number 2, and I just keep replacing the top one. So we have another number 2 on top, and we can actually cut these all at once if we're strategic here. Look at this. Even with that mini, we can cut all 4 of these at once. Now, the mini machine does like to be a little finicky, and it likes to do a little stair stepping here. So we're just going to stagger those plates just slightly as they go in, and they will feed into the machine just a little bit better. You don't have to do that on the bigger machine. I'm not sure why the smaller one likes that, but it does. And so we will give it what it wants. Hello, Tamara. First time watching live. Welcome. All right, so we've got all of our cute little pieces. I think I can put my machine away now. We did all of that at once here. So we have 2 drinks. We've got all these things just popping out. Here's our cute little stick piece and our our cute little umbrella. So before I lose these die pieces, I'm going to not throw these away, right? I want to make sure that all of my dies get back into where they belong. Otherwise, you see all these scrap pieces on your desk and you go, oh, I'll just throw those away. And then next thing you know, you threw some dies away. So you definitely want to take care of all of your pieces while you have them out. So real quick, we'll just do this. Good evening, Kathy. All right, so we can throw all of these now into my scrap bin here. And then in here, I have a magnetic magnet sheet here that magnetic magnet, yes, adhesive magnet sheet that I got off of Amazon. So it's the perfect size to fit in here and goes with all of my dies. I don't lose anything. All right, so let's go ahead and put all of these pieces away. Now we can put our pieces together, and I should have another piece to stamp on unless it fluttered away. We can always cut a new one for our sentiment here. I probably thought it was scrap and threw it away earlier. Is this it? Maybe it's this. It is. This little piece is 3/4 of an inch by 2, I believe. Yes, for the sentiment. And so we'll go ahead and stamp our cheers. Let's celebrate on this piece. And then we can kind of put all of our little pieces together here. Okay, so let's get our ink pad back out one more time. Secret C. Yes, the magnetic sheets are a lifesaver. If you don't have those, you can get one of those trays that mechanics use to put their tools in and just have it on your desk near your workspace. And anything that you're currently using, you just throw it in the tray. And that at least keeps them from not getting lost on your desk while you're working. So let's go ahead and put cheers in the upper left-hand corner. This piece is pretty tight. So we want to make the best use of that. Let's celebrate. This is so cute. We're going to put that slightly to the right of cheers. And this is a little bit longer on this side because we're going to tuck it underneath the glass. All right, so I think we're done with the secret C for now. We can glue our top glass on here. Who's liking this card by Melissa? Isn't this cute? So this one's going to go kind of in the middle, just slightly onto our orange timid tiger, I should say, cardstock there. We're going to put a glue dot on the twirly end of our stick. So on the top side of that. I love our glue dots. So right like that, and that will give us a good space to kind of put this on. I like to have my umbrella stick pointing in the right direction here. And now we're ready to be able to put that on we'll be ready when we're ready, right? Okay, so I'm going to put some dimensionals on my sentiment. Maybe just 2 there, a little bit off center, but that's on purpose there. We're going to put that so that it's overlapping, something like that. We got it over, and then it still has a little bit of the glass showing through. I probably did it a little bit better over there. That's okay. Now this one is going to go on top, but we don't want to interfere with this, which is already bumped up. So I'm going to put my finger there. And now I know I don't need to put any dimensionals right there. So I'll put them kind of in a little U or a C, a backwards C. It's not a letter. Like that. And then this can go here. And this is going to go flat. Now I put that dimensional there. Now it's kind of in the way. Oh, well. We can always just trim this if we wanted to. Oh, look, I can peel it up. I'm not going to stick that down quite yet because I didn't press too hard on my dimensionals. So I'm going to just lift and then put this back in the drink. Cute. Now I can press it down. That will hold that stick for the umbrella too. That is so cute. All right, so we're just about done. We just need some beautiful gems. This is the Pretty in Pink, so I'm going to take a big one and a tiny one, like so. And then we just need to tie a bow. So we will go ahead. I like to leave mine on the spool while I'm tying my bows because I feel like I have less waste that way. So I'm going to start over here and make a little bunny ear. It's going to the back. I'm going to take it and go around to the back and then through. There are bow makers out there, but I haven't mastered those. And I find it quicker to do how I learned it. So I just kind of fuss with it and then pull the ends and tails until I kind of like it a little bit better. It always takes a little bit of fussing. Bows are never perfect the first go around. And then I feel like this is the top side that we just did. And so I'll match the tail here too. I like to have it kind of straight down from the top of the bow. Kind of looks nice to me. And then this one's going to do the same thing. Everybody does their bows a little bit different. I just wanted to show you a little slow motion on how I do my bows. That looks really nice. And we'll just stick that in the corner so we can still see our gems here. We'll put that on a glue dot. So this is project number 1. We want to decorate the inside, so hang on. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so there is our card. We want to decorate our inside. So I'm going to grab a piece of basic white that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And since we already had all of these stamps inked up, let's just stick an umbrella on the inside. So I'm just going to stick that in the corner, something like that. And then we had that little stick. Ooh, oh, I probably took it off already. I had the little stick. I think I ran out of blocks, so I stuck it back in the stamp case. I did. So I think we're done with the glassware. So I'll just use that one. And we'll take out our secret C again. Stick this one away so I don't stick my finger in it. Hello, Nadine. You made it. I'm so glad. All right, so here's our stick. I'm just going to ink up not the twirly part, and it's going to stamp off. So I'm just going to stick this little piece of paper here. So it's my scrap paper. You should be stamping probably on a grid paper or something to protect your work surface. And then we'll just stick that on the inside. Yes, we're all making each other's projects too, rather than just showing our own. I like that too. And it's fun for me to follow the directions and then play with it, make it a little bit different. And so it has been a lot of fun for me too. I love these craft alongs. We did one for Christmas last year too. The videos are still up. I don't remember what exactly we did because I've got a lot going on lately, but there's our first project right there. And that is super cute. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to number 2. And hopefully our video doesn't cut out like it did yesterday, but at least it was right after project number 1. So let's put those to the side for a second. Short plug for yesterday's video. Here was our project number 1. So if you didn't see that, you can go back and see how to make this one. That was yesterday's. And then here was project number 2, these cute little bags. And so cute little gusseted bags. So make sure you're watching all of the days coming up here. So that is yesterday's. And here is the project number 4, again by Melissa Faust. Isn't this so pretty? All of these beautiful flowers we die cut. Thanks so very much. Very cute. I love this. It's a nice fun fold, and it is definitely showcasing all of the beautiful dies and flowers that the Impressions of Bloom bundle can make. So this one is a really fun bundle, and it comes with these ovals. So this is part of the die set. They barely fit on my magnet sheet because there's so many dies. So I do want to point out a few things to help you with the die cutting for this one. So the flowers have outline dies, but they also have detailed pieces that you can optionally put in the middle. And so when I do just plain cardstock, I'll have the etching on the inside there, but to cut out the stamped images, you just want the outline. So I've put washi tape on there if I want to put it, use them together, and I store them that way so that I can easily grab them. But if I need to do like these, I'll just take them apart. And there's 2 different ovals. So I do want to point this out as well. There's one that looks like it has this border, and that cuts out separately. So that's one separate piece, and then you have an inside piece. So this one cuts out 2. So this one, the outline piece is the biggest oval. The inside oval is going to be the smallest oval, and this plain oval is in between both of those. So I cut out the white part with the plain oval. I feel like this needs to be shared. And then I did this one in Petunia Pop. So that's this fun Petunia Pop color. This fuchsia color is Petunia Pop. So you do get a bonus oval when you cut out the outline piece for this one. So you can save this and use it on another card. So I just wanted to let you know that part too. And then we got a bunch of fun stamping. And so we also, in this die set, or stamp set rather, stamp and die set, we have two-tone or multi-step stamping, so two-step stamping. So you got a detailed flower and a matching solid image for 3 different flowers and for the inside of the flower. So you got a large inside and then a small inside. And so I've done full strength ink on all of the detailed parts, and then in the same color stamped off on the solid one and then stamped it over the top. So definitely stamp your full strength ink in the detailed one first, because if you stamp off on the solid one and try to line up this one, it's harder to see because it's lighter. So I'll show you what I mean in just a second here. Let's grab a piece of paper. So this is just a piece of white, and let's grab our pool party ink. This is probably most apparent on this one. So we have our bigger flower. We've got the detailed stamp with all the lines on it and everything. And we're going to stamp that here, full strength. And then we're going to take our solid piece. Since this is just scrap paper, I can just stamp off over here. Maybe we could cut that out and do something else with it. But now I can line it up because I can see through the stamp, right, like that. And that gives us a two-tone flower. And so I've done that with all of the different flowers. So we have 3 of the Petunia Pop little ones. That's this one. And we have 2 in Misty Moonlight for this one. And then this one right here is in the Pool Party. All of the centers are Secret Sea, which is our new in color, the dark blue. So again, we'll get that out and just show you what this looks like. This is the biggest one, so we would do the biggest detail center. I've already done all the die cutting, so you don't have to watch me stamp and cut all of these, by the way. I just wanted to show you how this works. So I stamped off that center and then stamped it again. And so now we have 4 different colors on this flower with just 2 ink pads. Okay, so that's, and then you'd use the outline image to cut that one. Hello, Linda from Australia. Yay. All right, so here we're gonna grab all of our pieces now. Okay, so we will start with a piece of Misty Moonlight. Let me get to the right page in my gigantic tutorial. Again, if you're catching me a little bit later, we have 40 pages or so of tutorial pieces with diagrams and measurements and everything in here. You can get this by going to tutorial.orderwithdeb.com. It's in the description here. Or you can Venmo $25 to @Deb-Smeak. But you can also get it for free if you place an order in my online store, which is orderwithdeb.com. Any order over $50 today or yesterday even through the 8th, which is past when our videos are done, then I will send this to you via email. So just wanted to let you know all your different options. You can still get the tutorials. All of the full packages are already sent out. So make sure that you're on my email list to be notified of upcoming special classes and things as well. All right, so this piece is the Misty Moonlight piece, and I didn't tell you the dimensions because I was getting to the page. So let's go ahead and get over to that. Okay, so this is Misty Moonlight, 8.5 by 4.25, and then you score it at 3 inches. So this is 8.5. So you can just take the top side of a whole piece of cardstock, just chop off 4.25, and then score it at that 3 inches. So that's going to be our top flap right there. And then we have that plain oval we could die cut. And then the detailed one with the edging we did in Petunia Pop. So this is just going to adhere right on top. And if I was a smart lady, I would have maybe done that with an adhesive sheet behind, but I didn't. And so I will just be adding a little bit of liquid glue to that. I suppose you could also do some glue dots, but I feel like they might hang off the edge a little bit. And so I don't want to do that. Wait, I was making this one and I see that she stamped a little bit of the leaves before putting this on, because once this is on, then you can't stamp off the edges. So let's not glue it on quite yet. Let me learn from my own mistakes. Okay, so let's put those pieces off to the side for just a minute. I'll tell you this piece. This is another piece of designer series paper. It's hard to see the pattern. Isn't that pretty? This is a pool party piece. The backside has some leaves, some greenery with some nice yellow flowers. And so this piece is going to be 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 tall. And that just sits right on the inside, nice and easy with a nice little border there. Let's just go ahead and attach that right now. Just like this. I hope all of you that got the full package enjoyed your gifts in there. There were some little gifts that we tucked in there too. All right, let's go ahead and close this one. We can put this designer series paper on the front. I did, this one was from the tutorial, and this is from the same paper pack, but a little bit different pattern. And this is 4 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches tall. And that just goes on that top flap there. Do you guys love fun folds? I feel like everybody that watches me loves fun folds. We love fun folds, right? Speaking of fun folds, I haven't gotten to my mystery stamping post yet. So I gotta work on that after this, but I'm gonna eat dinner first. So let's go ahead and see. I did all of my die cutting. So we got 3 of those Petunia Pop ones, 2 in Misty Moonlight, and the biggest one in the pool party. And then we have our inside pieces. So this white piece right here is 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. And this piece of Misty Moonlight is 2.5 by 4. So we just got a little 1/8 inch less. So it's a little nice little border there. But we're going to do our stamping on the white piece before we glue those together. And again on this white piece. So we'll arrange all of our nice pieces here. All right, I don't think we need our bone folder anymore. Let's bring out our Misty Moonlight. I love this color. Whose favorite color is Misty Moonlight? It's kind of like a blue jean color. It's so pretty. All right, and then we have a thanks somewhere. You should see how many stamps I've got stuck over here. This is crazy. All right, so here's our thanks. This is going to go on the oval. And I do want to be aware that this piece does overlap it just a little bit. So I want to be a little bit away from the edges. So maybe like that. So we don't want to put it too close to the edge because our little edging piece will cover that up. So that will be for the front. And then on our inside piece, I can show you how to do the flowers. So let's go ahead and take a piece. Where did my scrap piece of paper go from earlier? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we'll just, this is our scrap piece here. I'm going to stamp those flowers there. So we have our Misty Moonlight out already. So I want the detailed one first, full strength. Strawberry Slush is Tamara's favorite new color. Or your favorite color. Your new favorite color. I can talk. All right, so there's that one. And then we can full strength. See, make sure it's all inked up. It's nice that you can see through your stamps here. I'm going to stamp off And then little maneuvering, we will stamp. Let's see. You can tell how to line it up because one part of this flower has a nice big gap on it. And so that should be a nice indicator which petal goes where. There we go. And then we want to get out our petunia pop. And we'll take our detailed tiniest flower. And this one, let's get out the stamp set so you can see a little bit better. This one's got some unique petals. So this one over here has 3 little ridges. And so I'm always looking for that one to line up um, the different pieces. And when I put them on my blocks too, I lined them up so that they would be in similar positions on the block so that when I stamped this one, I kind of know, hopefully, where I should be stamping this one. So it should be pretty similar. There. All right. And now we can do the flower centers. We can't leave those blank. Get out our secret C. Hello, Charmaine. And we want the little flower centers for this one. So I have the detailed center here, full strength. And then the solid one, we'll just stamp it in that. And again, that's going to be a really dark flower center on my scrap paper down there. Okay, so this is the piece we're keeping. And we want to get out the petunia pop one more time to do our so very much. So here's that one. Okay, so now I believe we can go ahead and assemble everything. Hopefully I don't have inky fingers, but I'll probably have sticky fingers here in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and put our layers together. Just like this. If you do purchase the PDF, give me a little bit to see that you paid for that and send it to you. It's not an automatic send, so I will see that. I'm checking it all the time, and I've got an easy link just to link you to the email that has all of the information on it. So, but I do have to see it. All right, so there's the inside. So cute. And then we can flap our top flap down here and put these pieces together. Hello, Peg. Oh, yes, stamp leaves on the oval. Thank you, Linda. What a lifesaver you are. Look at you. Okay, yes, you are correct. Thank you so much. I will have to put a leaf on one of my extra blocks here. Okay, yes, thank you. Old olive. We got to get our old olive out here. Should give 4 different exclamation marks. Yes, thank you so much. All right, so we have old olive ink. We have our detailed leafy stamp. Well, you can't see it. You'll see it when I stamp it. So we're just going to stamp like leaves kind of coming out from the middle. Isn't that beautiful? So this one, we don't have to do even the stamping off one, but it'll be fun. Okay, so there's that, and then she kind of stamped off the edge over here, so I'm going to do the same thing just so that this kind of has some greenery over here in the other corner, like so. And then I'll keep that there. We're going to stamp the leaf here, stamp off in full strength there to get our secondary color there. We're just going to make a pile of green over here on our scrap paper. And I don't think we need that anymore. Don't you love photopolymer stamps where you can just see through to do your two-step stamping. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Linda. Sometimes you just get going and you're like, whoa, I forgot something. Okay, so now we can put our oval on here. And there's my glue. So I'm just going to stick a little, I mean, this is a fairly new glue bottle, but we might get a little gluey here. I'm going to try to do the tiniest little dots on here. And this does actually overlap on the edge just a smidge. So you'll just want to add, it will be hard to just get it on the inside piece. So you might have a little extra glue, but once it dries, it's all good. So we're just going to add a little bit of dots. It's barely coming out. Just kind of dot it all around. Yeah, just like that. It is what it is. Okay. So now we can, since we have liquid glue, we can squish it around until it fits our oval. Hopefully it's lining up. Oh, it's not even lining up on the back side. Well, nobody needs to see that side anyway. All right, we will just kind of pinch it until it behaves. Isn't that what we do to our kids anyway? Pinch them until they behave. Just kidding, I don't do that. Okay, there we go. Get to your spot. Okay. And now we can add our flowers. Now on this one, I added them and I put these two on dimensionals. I'm going to do something a little bit different with this one. Let's see if we can't fluff up the petals just a smidge. I'm going to put this one in my hand and kind of push it so it just kind of has a little bit more of a curve to it, and see if this makes any difference at all or anything. So we're going to add these with glue dots so they stay put. Who knows? This might be too much, but we can try. Actually, let's put this on the card first so we can kind of see where we don't want to put this too far over and have it be off of the card. So since that's just a glue dot, I can just stick that upside down. I'm going to put a little line of glue at the bottom of my flap. We only want to add glue to this top side, right? We don't want to glue our card shut. So I'm going to just add glue here on the top side like that. Okay, so this is just going to be flat. You will see a little bit of that bottom of the inside piece on there. That's okay. We decorated it. It's already cute. All right, like this. Linda says you're so much fun. She's laughing at me. Yeah, I'm a little goofy. I saw somewhere somebody that says that their silly goose says, "Oh, today I need to be a serious goose." I thought that was really funny. Put my serious goose face on, put the rest of this card together. All right, so we'll put this one on with a glue dot. I want it to kind of hang off the edge there just a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Whoop! Now it's 3D like that. And then we're going to add this one to the center. Put my thumb on the center so I can line it up with that glue dot. That one's going to be kind of flattish. We don't want to cover up our thanks. So let's kind of see this little extra space here. We can kind of tuck our thanks in between there. Ooh, we so fancy. All right, so here we want to do the scoreboard stylus is good for fluffing petals. Yes. Yep, that's true, Kathy. I have one somewhere and it's off of camera. So oh, I was gonna say my take your pick tool has a stylus on it too, but not in it right now. So yes, that's true. So if you have the little ball on your stylus, you can kind of twirl it in the middle there like this. I just use my hands because it's faster. but that is definitely a good trick. Okay, we're gonna put this one kind of the same place as the other one there. And then, oh, I like the 3D. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's kind of fun. All right, so we're gonna put this one in like this. I love these flower. This whole flower set, this bundle. If you don't own this one already, go take advantage of that BOGO bundle or suite sale. Suites, anything in a suite. So it should show on the website starting tomorrow because that's when the sale starts. They don't have anything up yet because it hasn't started yet. But I believe that tomorrow. So yeah, and if you place a $50 order after all your savings get taken off, then I can send you the whole tutorial for this too. So we'll put these up on dimensionals. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be okay. This will be cool. All right. So this one. I can tell it's getting late. I usually craft at 2 p.m. and I'm getting a little silly. I'm a silly goose tonight. All right, so here is that one. Oh, that's cute. It's 7:48. This video went a little bit long. That's okay. I hope you guys like it. All right, so here is our last flower for, oh, that looks really cute, you guys. Wait, I'm gonna cover up the end of my leaves are here. They can't be growing out of nowhere, so I'm just gonna kind of I'm gonna hide those right there, like that. Okay, and now we can put our glue things away, and we need some ribbon and some embellishments. And I gotta find out what I've done with both of those. Here it is, pressed flower motifs. So stinking cute. I love these. Oh wait, take your pick tool. Got to get that putty end out, and look how easy this is. You can just pick that up without having to mess with fingernails or anything. So nice. So just push and scoot, and it just kind of picks it up. Take your pick tool. Love it. This is not part of a suite, so it's not going to mess up your whatever half off things. So you can add it to an order without too much worry. Okay, so now we just need to add a bow. And where did my bows go? Oh, everybody's saying such a cute card, isn't it? Yes, Melissa Faust designed this one and the one we did earlier. So I'll show them all in camera here in just a little bit. I love working with other demonstrators. I think this is so much fun to do a collaboration. We are not competitors. We are teammates, right? We're on the same team. We love crafting, and you guys can even check out all of their videos too. We have all 6 of us are doing all 12 projects. So I'm doing things just a smidge different. And so who knows, they might be too with different things. So you can definitely check out their channels as well. All right, so here is our bow. Darling. Love it. Okay, so here is card number 2 for the day. And here was the first one that we did. So let me know. Those turned out almost exactly. I tried to make the, the glasses different, didn't I? I thought I had picked different colors. On the paper, they looked a lot different. This one's more purple. That's really funny. They're identical. These have different papers in the background. So let me know which which you like the best. What number are my cards? Oh, I think I'm 5th. So I will be on June 5. So everybody will be doing my projects on June 5. I can't wait to show you mine. They will be, I think they'll be fun. I did actually do 2 different versions of one of the cards, depending on whether your cardstock or your designer series paper was pre-cut to 6 by 12 or it came in 12 by 12. Because I was thinking everybody was going to ship 12 by 12, and I realized that somebody had already shipped theirs at 12 by 6, so I reworked it, and now you get both. You get both, so that's fine. All right, so yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, Kathy says her favorite is card number 2. Yeah, they're so cute, right? Thank you again for watching. I'll put my face back on here to say goodbye. Thank you again, and you can tune in again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch projects, what are we on, 5 and 6, day 3. And again, if you want that tutorial, you can go ahead and follow the directions in the description there, the description down under the video. All right, have a great night, y'all. Bye.